Make your point on the News Hour. Join Arnab every night on the News Hour with your question. Ask your question and join the debate.
Mr. Jaitley, when will you sack Pahlaj Nihalani? Well, there has to be a time frame to it. You realize the context. May I please? This man, Mr. Jaitley, has tested the patience of the nation. And he is seen to be a political appointee. He goes around and says things such as, if I may present before you, yes, I am a chamcha of Narendra Modi. I am proud to be a Modi chamcha. Should I be a chamcha of the Italian Prime Minister instead? Why is Pahlaj Nihalani so important? Why is he so indispensable that you're willing to risk, you're also the Information and Broadcasting Minister, repeated embarrassment for his actions?
Well, I think the issue of individual apart, because in the course of a television interview, it's not fair for me to make comments on individuals. I am really more concerned with the subject. And the subject being such where we have to ensure that arbitrary discretions are eliminated in the Film Certification Board. Now, aware of the problem which takes place, it's taken place in the past also, it's taken place now. The problem at times is overstated. For example, people allege that the CBFC is a very conservative organization. The Appeal Tribunal is a liberal organization. That's also constituted by the government. So at the end of the day, hardly anything gets stopped. With some marginal changes here or there, they get cleared. The issue is, how do we deal with this larger problem? Will individual discretions come in? I had therefore appointed an expert group which comprised of very eminent people. And that group, headed by Mr. Shyam Benegal, has submitted a first report. I am awaiting their second report. We've more or less prepared our response. And I think if you wait for a few days more, you'll get to know our response as to how we intend dealing with this larger problem. The problem of individuals is relatively a minor problem. By changing individuals, I don't think we'll be able to solve the problem itself. That's a separate issue.
What do you think of the way the individual has been behaving?
You see, each individual has his own style. And therefore...
You're very forgiving, Mr.
No. I think each individual has his own style. Some people are conservative, some are more liberal in this. Maybe my own approach would have been very different. And I have no hesitation in telling you that I have, on 2 occasions, advised the CBFC. That's the only 2 occasions I have spoken to them, to the chairman.
To Pahlaj Nihalani.
That they must strictly adhere to the guidelines and not get into a media battle. If somebody is aggrieved, then he has the option of going to the tribunal and having the order set aside. In fact, a large number of orders passed by the CBFC have been set aside by the tribunal. In fact, the CBI has a complaint.
Do you think it was insulting of the CBFC to put the name of the High Court judge on the censor certificate? That was something which was completely unwarranted?
See, I have a feeling...
Has it become an ego battle for Pahlaj Nihalani?
No, I think all you do in such cases is that the certificate is being granted as per directions of the Honorable High Court, dated so and so. I think that's a more appropriate way of putting it.
No, you know, Mr. Jaitley, you speak of radical changes that are soon to be announced. I hope those radical changes come. But that Shyam Benegal committee's terms of reference do not include an assessment of Pahlaj Nihalani's own style of functioning. Now,
well,
that is for the government to do.
I am reasonably certain that once we are able to announce those new guidelines, the role of individuals will get diluted. How to deal with the individuals, I think you must trust the judgment of the government. The government will deal with them and advise restraint or take whatever appropriate action is required in the matter.